Gamblers don't gamble because of dopamine hits. You gamble for one reason and one reason only. You know, I was recently doing some video research, watching some YouTubes and some TikToks, trying to get some ideas for content. And I was watching gambling content. And while I was watching this content, I noticed it was making me feel a certain way. Like I wanted to gamble again. Now it's been almost 4 months, so I'm not going back to it. I've lost enough money over the years. But it made me reflect on my gambling history. Now, when I first started gambling, I was a small gambler, weekend gambler, the weekend warrior, you know, 10 bucks a week, 20 bucks a week, whatever, for the first few years, because I was young. I wasn't legal gambling age. So I basically had to rely on my oldest brother to put tickets in for me. But as I got older, I started gambling more and more, started becoming a daily thing. And the bet amounts became more and more. But I noticed and I realized that it wasn't dopamine that made me gamble. But that's what the industry and the doctors and the therapists want you to believe, because if you believe that, then they could just continue to take your money on both sides. But that's not the reason. The real reason why you gamble is because of influence. And I realized, dopamine don't hit until you're actually pressing that button to spin, or you're placing a bet and watching the game. That's when the dopamine hits. But what makes you gamble is influence. I noticed when I was watching videos of people winning jackpots, it was starting to trigger something. You know, oh, it's possible, I can do it too. Or watching videos of people losing a bunch of money, it made me feel like, oh, it wasn't so bad what I did. Hell, they're losing $25,000 in a day. That took me, several months to do that. So it was all influence. That's what it made me realize. And I used to think recently that it was just due to social media. You know, as social media and the internet came about, that's when influence started taking effect. But not even true. It was even before then. Like I'd be at the OTB at the track, and I would see somebody hit something big, or decent, and it would make me think, oh, I could do that too. Or I'd be in a casino, walking around a casino floor, and I would see somebody hit a jackpot or something. It would make me feel like I could do that too. It was influence. It was never about dopamine, but that's what they want you to believe, because that's how they justify you gambling. It makes it okay. Oh, it's the chemicals in your brain. No, it's just the way you think. It's the visual effects. It's not the dopamine. But they want to push that as dopamine because, again, they could continue to be paid by you. These therapists that blame it on dopamine, they've probably never gambled a day in their life, and if they have, very, very passive, because they have a lot of money. But I'm sure some of them maybe have, been addicted gamblers, but most of them probably never gambled a day in their life, and they're going to sit there and tell you what is making you gamble. Nah, they just want you to keep paying them. Some of these visits are very, very expensive. Some of them charge like $700 to $1,000 for an hour to sit down and talk to them about your gambling problem. But they don't care. They'll blame it on dopamine because you're paying them. But that's not the real reason. It's influence. I mean, just be honest with yourself. Sit down and think about it. Think about it. All the times that you've watched gambling content, and I'm sure you watched a lot of it. Was it dopamine that made you run out to the casino or get on your phone and log into that betting app and gamble? Or was it the influence? I'm betting it was the influence that made you gamble. I don't know. My whole goal was to get people to stop gambling, especially you younger gamblers, because over time, you're going to look back and you're going to wish that you'd never gambled. I know I do, because all the money that I had lost, I could have invested into the S&P 500, which yields 10% gains every year. It's a proven fact. A lot of people like to claim that the stock market is gambling too, which, if you get into high risk stocks, it's a gamble. But the stock market has proven year after year after year after year to yield a 10% gain on average. And over 35 years that I've gambled, the money that I gambled away, easily a couple $1 million. Like even just $5 a day into that S&P 500 over 30 years, you're going to invest probably about 60,000, but it's going to be worth 300,000-400,000. I don't know. A lot of gamblers like to say, "Oh, only bet what you can afford to lose." That doesn't even make sense. And I used to buy into that too. I mean, that's what gamblers do. We do anything to trick our mind into thinking that it's okay to gamble. Oh, it's just $5. You know, I'm only betting $10 a day. When you bet $10 a day at $70 a week, just call it $300 a month. You're probably at best hitting 50% of your bets. That's like best. So you're losing $5 a day. Again, that's over 300 grand in 30 years. Oh, that's a long time. Yeah. I want you younger gamblers to think about the future, or otherwise you'll be sitting in my chair right now wishing that I had somebody telling me, "Hey, don't do it. Just invest it." Because I sure damn wish that I had. I'd be far better off than what I am right now. I'm probably gonna have to work till I die, but it is what it is. Nobody knows how long they're gonna live. But if you want to live a more comfortable life when you get older, 50 and above, I would stop gambling. I would invest it, do something else with it to where it's going to make you money. Because gambling ain't, it's a proven fact. 95% of gamblers lose in the long run. And depending on your bankroll and your habits, which will always get out of hand. You know, I get a lot of gamblers telling me, "Oh, I have bankroll management, and you know, I can control it." It's easy to say in the beginning, and in the beginning, I consider 5 years, 7 years, maybe even up to 10 years. Sooner or later, you're going to reflect and be like, "Man, I've lost a lot of money over these years," and you're going to start betting more and betting more and betting more and betting more, and you're going to lose more and more and more and more. But that's basically all I have for today. I just wanted to say, get on here and say, you know, I'd watch some content and I come to realize what it was doing to me, and it wasn't dopamine. It was just influence that was making me gamble. But if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please try to get some help, or try and get them some help. Won't talk to them, whatever you got to do. Try and break through that wall. It's a very, very hard wall to break through, I know. It took me over 3.5 decades to break through it myself without any help. No therapist, nothing. I just opened my eyes, finally. After all these years, opened my eyes and realized what I had done and what I was going to continue to do if I didn't stop. Probably would have lost everything, but I didn't. I stopped. Thank God. God gave me the strength. It's all Him. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got for today. If you're interested in some more gambling content, I got plenty on this channel. Feel free to click on one of them other videos and check them out. But until then, until the next video, y'all take care and God bless.